everybody. I'm so proud of myself because I'm finally getting pretty good at this uploading thing. Uploading much more consistently for you guys, but I think it's also just really good for me personally, and it's pretty therapeutic to talk about things that I definitely struggle with in my life. I do have a lot of issues with food in my body, as you guys know from other past YouTube videos I have and things I talk about on my Instagram, kellyufit. So I really just want to keep going with this and keep it consistent, and why not go ahead and make sure I can help a ton of you while also helping myself. Maybe it's a little selfish, I don't know. Anyways, something that I definitely have struggled with my whole life, and even now, I am a struggler of emotional eating. Emotional eating is extremely common. I think everyone in the entire world has either struggled with it once or twice or a million times in their life, and you are not alone. I struggle a lot with emotional eating. I've done it so much in my past, and I don't think there's any judgment that needs to be attached to emotional eating. And I really want to talk to you guys about it, kind of help us to understand it better, how to prevent it, or how to cope with when it happens. To me, my experience with emotional eating is when I'm having a hard time, when I'm very stressed, when I'm very sad, when I'm very upset about something. Food is always kind of a comfort. And in society and in common culture, food is used to celebrate things or to make you feel better. You know, a box of chocolates for a girl who has a broken heart, a cake for your birthday. We use food to kind of lighten the mood, improve our moods, all that kind of stuff. When that happens, when you catch yourself having a hard time in life and you realize that food seems like the only answer and you end up acting on it, that's okay, because judging yourself, punishing yourself for eating to make yourself feel better is really what drives these behaviors and kind of keeps enhancing this unhealthy relationship with food and really unhealthy relationship with yourself. The most important thing to know is when you are emotionally eating is to give yourself love and compassion in those moments, and especially after. You know, when we do go on a binge, when we do eat too much and we realize it's only because we have all these sad feelings that we're trying to stuff down with this food, and by punishing ourselves after, sometimes, most often, it makes you even eat more. And if it's not the eating that you do more of, you hate yourself, the self-loathing pattern, and that also builds up later on and you do the same thing with food to cope. It's a never-ending cycle, and you gotta stop it first by just showing yourself love and forgiveness. Forgiveness for this emotional eating struggle that you have. If you catch yourself and you are able to see, okay, I'm having all these feelings, they're really too tough to deal with, I'd rather just stuff them down with food. But when you are mindful of that and you're realizing it, here's what I would hope that you would be able to do, and including for myself, I try to coach myself through these moments. Please try to step away from any place that has food unless you're hungry. If you're truly hungry, then you should eat. But when emotional eating happens, it's usually when you're not truly hungry, when your body's not genuinely needing food and you're just wanting it to help you get through a tough time. What you need to do is remove yourself from an area where there is food. Do something that will truly relax you or make you feel better. What I have been doing, and for the first time in my whole life, is journaling. And I tweeted about this the other day. My Twitter is also at kellyufit, and I was like, oh my gosh, if I had only realized that journaling would save me through all these things. I, wish I'd done it all this time. So now what I've been able to do is leave the kitchen or leave the room wherever these snacks have been, take out my journal, literally fold it open, grab a pen, and just start writing down the feelings that I didn't want to keep swarming in my head. And that's really what we want to escape from with food. We want to escape from these swirling, negative, sad, whatever thoughts you're having that are stressing you out or making you upset, and putting them on paper. Oh, it's amazing. And the best part is, instead of swirling these thoughts in and out of your head and trying to push them away, you get to just throw them onto this piece of paper, into this journal. And the coolest thing I've loved also to do is to read it aloud to myself, and then it feels like you've processed it and you can kind of put that aside instead of being like, the food's the only thing that'll be able to distract me. You're not supposed to distract yourself from these tough moments and these struggles. You're supposed to let yourself process them. Like I always say in every one of my videos in the past, let yourself feel your feelings. Feeling your feelings is the only way to let them get through you and to get over it. There's no other way. If you keep shoving them down with food, with other activities, with distractions, they will still come up, and it's going to be even harder, and you're actually trying so much harder to shut them out, and it's taking way more of your energy. And then you're also using food to cope with it, and then you hate yourself for using food to cope with it, and it's this never-ending cycle of just self-hate and wishing you were this, wishing you were that, and tons of regret. We don't need that anymore. You have the best answers, and you have them within yourself. Let yourself feel these things. They're not this big, strong, intimidating thing anymore that you're stuffing in the back of your brain. You're just cool. These feelings, I'm cool with it. Open those hands up, let them come in, I accept them, I'm processing them, and then they like slowly dissipate. How weird is that, right? And it makes sense, and guess what? I'm not perfect at this. I know the processes that I try to always do to get through it just like these, but I don't always do it, guys. I emotionally eat too. I binge from time to time, like in my video, my first one that I came back after taking a few months off from YouTube, I still binge, so what? The point of all of this when you struggle with your food and your body is to love yourself through every moment and know that you will be fine, but let yourself understand what's going on. Be mindful of these moments. When you're struggling, check in with yourself and ask yourself, what's going on? What is troubling me? And what can I do better for myself right now? And you can do it. I promise. Engaging in your feelings, letting yourself feel your feelings is also not the only option to avoid emotional eating. Sometimes we do just need to check out, get some laughs, hang out with some friends. Just choose another activity that is not just food. Food is not always the answer. And if you keep making food the answer, it makes you kind of hate food after a while. And I know that a lot of us have probably been in that place where we look at food and we're like, I hate you, food. I wish that I didn't have to eat you because you're so good and you torture me. Food is amazing, guys. Food is supposed to be enjoyed with people, by yourself. It's supposed to fuel your body. And when you realize that you're using it in unhealthy ways, it makes you also start to view it unhealthily and you don't like it anymore. And we don't need to perpetuate this unhealthy relationship with food. When you are tempted to just stuff yourself with food because it tastes so good and you know it kind of works as a coping mechanism, remind yourself that it's really important for yourself to be brave enough to try other things now. You can go outside and go for a walk, go hang out with a friend, or just call a friend or FaceTime a friend. That's been helping me the most. Guys, I call my mom, I call my best friends, I get in FaceTime with my cousin. They help me so much in these moments. It just goes to show you that you're not alone and that you have someone to talk to, and you can also distract yourself. You know, try to pay attention to other things for a while. You don't always have to feel your feelings and let everything flow through you if you're not ready yet. It's okay to kind of just drop it for a while because it's really hard work working on yourself and combing through all these things that you're struggling with. Go watch some stand-up comedy on Netflix. Do anything that you know that could possibly lighten your mood. And it might not be the perfect fix. You might still be feeling like crap during it and after it, but the win in those moments is like, wow, I chose something different for myself today. I didn't just go to food. And even if it isn't a cure, it didn't make me feel better right away, the win is not to feel better right away. The win is to show yourself your strength. And you're so strong because you chose to do something else. You didn't just binge. You didn't just emotionally eat. You actually grew and matured and chose better for yourself, and that is the ultimate win. We just want to feel better and do better and take action, and one little change is phenomenal to me. And something I've become really good at is saying out loud to myself, wow, I'm really proud of what I've done today. Even if you feel like crap all day, but I still went out for a walk, I still worked out, or I still FaceTimed a friend, or I still went shopping with my mom, that's awesome. Because guess what, guys? Because I could have just been laying in my bed all day, and sometimes want you to know that is fine too. Just let yourself take more control of these decisions. Be more present. Don't just be trapped by needing to sleep or like falling into sleep or doing activities that help you check out of life. Let yourself make conscious decisions of how you're going to cope with whatever you're dealing with that day. You're winning. You're winning so much if you're just trying to know yourself and trying to love yourself. Success doesn't mean feeling nothing and feeling great all the time. No. Success is knowing what's going on, taking control of your life, and trying to let yourself live as much as possible. Thank you guys again always for watching, and if you know anyone struggling with things like this, please share these videos because I know when I was struggling, I had no one to talk to about this kind of stuff, and it's really not talked about at all. You know, YouTube is huge, social media is huge, but the conversations are still pretty small, and my goal is to always bring them to a head and make sure that we're talking about it because so many people need this, and I need this too. So love you guys so much. If you have any comments, please comment below. Please subscribe for more videos. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
I'ma change your life, I'ma change it. Yeah. I'ma change your life. I'ma change your life, I'ma change it. I'ma change your life. I'ma change